Okay, so now we're going to talk about texting and lists and sample files. Okay, so this one might be a little lengthy, but just remember you can always pause and then catch up. Okay, I basically am your personal assistant to walk through this. All right, so what you're going to do is after you've logged into Easy Blast, you're going to go to text and you're going to see a couple of things. Let's do add list. Okay, so we're going to add a list and you're going to click on add list. Okay, and then you're going to name the list. So the list is the people that you're going to populate in the list. So if these are customers, or if this is your launch party list, or if this is your some facial box leads, or if this is referrals. So you want to name the list whatever it is. Now, what I've learned is when I add a list, I want to keep that list the same name in Excel and in Easy Blast, just because it'll be easier for me to manipulate and kind of keep it all straight. So decide what list you're going to work first. Okay, so what list are you going to put first? So type that name in and then click add. Okay, then go back over and click on the word text again. And then you see where it says select list. You're going to click on that and there's a drop down menu. Okay, so the drop down menu should have your list in there. Okay, if it doesn't, refresh your screen or log out and log back in because sometimes it takes a hot second. All right, so that's how you add a list. All right, now let's say we want to add people to that list. All right, so you're going to select your list. All right, so whatever you listed it as, you select your list. Okay, so let's do, whatever you selected. All right, so click on that list. You shouldn't have anybody in that list, no matter what, because it's a new list. But if this is not your first rodeo, then it's fine. Okay, so then you're going to click on you're going to click on import. All right, and that's on the top. And so what it's going to do, it's going to ask you, you're going to browse a CSV file. We haven't got to that point yet. So let me show you what a sample file looks like. So you're going to download a sample file. Okay. So download that sample file and now open it up. All right. So it should open up into Excel. Now, if you have a Mac, I'm sorry, I don't know how to work a Mac. I just know how to work Windows. Sorry. Okay, so it will say protected view. You want to enable editing. And what you're going to see is you're going to see on row 1, you're going to see headers. Okay, you're going to see first name, last name, hostess, referred, and phone number. Super simple. So what you always want to do is leave those headers in. So you can constantly just be downloading a sample file and then you'll be able to rename it. So let's start off by putting your names in. Okay, so you're always going to want to do first name, last name. You want to separate those. Okay, if it's a referral, who was the hostess, who referred them, and then the phone number. Okay, so if, for instance, if this is your launch party, then you're going to put Susie Cream Cheese, and then don't worry about hostess. Don't worry about referred because you're going to be the referred, and then their cell phone number. Landlines don't work. Okay. If this is a referral from someone that you got on the back of a profile card, okay, then you're going to put first name. You might not have the last name, and that's okay. The hostess, who did you meet them through? Okay, so like if Susie Cream Cheese has a party and Mary is there, Elizabeth is there, and Jane is there, the hostess would be who invited those people. The referred, so it would be the person on this card. So if, and notice this is a messed up card, but so if Susie Cream Cheese is the person on this card and she's giving you these referrals, okay, then you're going to put referral is going to be Susie Cream Cheese, okay? And the hostess would be who invited her, okay? But you don't have to even put hostess. And then cell phone number, okay? If it's a fishbowl or a facial box, okay, you're going to put first name, last name. You don't need hostess. The referred would be, where was the fishbowl located? Was it at a nail salon? What nail salon? Was it at the Flamingo Hut? I don't know if that exists. I'm just wearing flamingos. So what is the name of the establishment for the referred? And then the cell phone number. Okay, I promise you this will all work. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to put, if this is a list, I want you to put all of your lists together. So I want you to stop this, hit pause, put your list together, and then you're going to save it. So then you're going to go up to File, and then you're going to click on Save As, okay, and then where it says Downloads, and it says, well, pick where you want to save it, but mine says Sample 3. So if this is a guest list, if this is your launch party, I would change it to Launch Party Guest List. Okay, so Launch Party Guest List, and then underneath that it says Excel 97 to 2003 workbook. Okay, you're gonna click on that. You're gonna scroll all the way down to about the middle of the page, middle of the drop down menu, and it says CSV, delimited, and then it has in parentheses it has an asterisk .csv. That's the one you want to connect on, select on, and then hit save. Okay. So once you have all of your names in there, but every single one of these files is always going to be a CSV file. Okay. All right. So when you've completed that, you can come back and you can finish this up. Okay. So stop it if you need to, rewind me, listen to me again, and then catch up. Okay. Because the next thing we're going to do is you're going to go back to Easy Blast. You're going to select text. You're going to select the list that you're looking for. So hit select list at the drop down menu, pick the list. Then you're going to select import, browse CSV file, and then find the file that you just created, .csv. Select it and hit open. Okay, and it'll spin for a minute, and then it will say list completed, or list successful. A little pop-up will say list successful. If you don't get that, it didn't load. And then you X out of that, and then you will check your list. Okay, it should repopulate, and you'll check the list, and you should see first name, last name, and you'll see a whole bunch of people that you populated that list with. If you did not get that list, then something didn't connect. Like either you didn't save the file, or you didn't save the file. That's the only thing I can think of. You didn't save the file, or you didn't select the correct file to upload, okay, with all the names. So you might want to double check that. All right, so that is how to add that will be how you see all of them. Okay, so text. So you can also add contact one by one if you want to do that. I just like to do it in a list. So like if you go somewhere and you need to just add a quick name, you can totally do that. Okay, you just hit add contact, and then you can just manually enter it. Just make sure you select the correct list. Okay, So that is how to add, create, and import a list into your EZ Blast. Now, honestly, I mean, you're just gonna keep the same names. Okay, so you don't have to clutter. It doesn't clutter your EZ Blast and get you confused. So just kind of keep it this way. And I will tell you this: anytime there's been an error or an oops or a goof up, it's been user error, because I'll contact Shani or somebody and I'm like, hey, this happened. And they're like, yeah, did you do this? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I didn't. Or if it, doesn't go out right or something, it's always user error and I'm the user. So just keep in mind, this is a work in progress. So just have patience with yourself and you'll be able to really get a grasp on it. Once you do it, you'll continue to do it. My first advice, because we'll go through a 21-day booking script that I'm going to have Shani drop in here. My first advice is for you to set up your list for launch party and set up your list for the people on that list that initially you want to do facials with. You don't want to wait. You want to get going now. Okay? All right. The next one we'll talk about what a campaign looks like and how to add a list to a campaign. All right.